The mainstream media and even Dutch government have been trying to frame anti-racism activists as violent and troublemakers. But in this extended version of the Roberson Report, we will show you indisputable evidence proving the contrary and give you an inside look into a movement that's rocking the white Dutch establishment to its core.
The Dutch celebrate a holiday called Sinterklaas. This is Sinterklaas's blackface helper, Zwarte Piet. The Black Dutch community has been fighting since the 1930s to get the caricature abolished. The community has gone over to public displays of disobedience. The white institution has relied on the use of violence to stop the movement from growing. Due to this approach, the Netherlands landed in hot water during a UN review of racial discrimination.
Finally, although you've done an impressive job of responding to a large number of questions yesterday, there were two questions that I asked that didn't receive a response, and I'd like to invite you to respond if you have information now or later if you don't have the information now. The one was a concern about discrimination in the protection of freedom of expression. Some protesters, anti-racist protesters, not being having their freedom of expression protected and not receiving authority to protest in a meaningful way.
Yeah, that was in Gouda last year during the St. Nicholas celebration. Everyone tries to make it a celebration for everyone. So that was why the municipality at that moment decided not to let the protest be in view of the children, and not to let possible aggressiveness happen in front of the eyes of the children. So that was why it was put in a place where it was less obvious for children that there were protests. But that was really to protect the children and to maintain.
Who exactly is Afke van Rijn referring to when she says that they wanted to protect the children from aggressiveness? The police or activists? I met with a number of anti-racism activists to get their side of the story. Jessie Del Breo had the following to say.
En ik kan me die dag heel goed herinneren daarvoor, want dus zijn mijn vrienden dus de dames uit Berlijn, ook van Afrikaanse afkomst, die zijn bij ons komen slapen de dag daarvoor, puur om daar met ons daar te staan uit solidariteit.
I'm from Berlin, Stuttgart. We're here to support the Dutch movement against Zwarte Piet. We're with an organization called Initiative of Black People in Germany, and we have also been fighting against blackfacing in Germany, especially in the theater, but also on national television. And there are a lot of similarities, so we're here to support and basically say that no matter where you blackface, it's not okay. It's a sign of oppression of black people. We're pretty anxious about what we're about to see because we're not used to it. And we saw a video yesterday where you see a ship coming on a river and you have people blackface, like symbolizing enslaved people. We think it's awful. It's awful to celebrate the event of slavery, of colonialism, and colonial history, and make it a children's event too. So.
Yeah, it's really violent. It's really aggressive. I think it's like a colonial picture of black people. It's just wrong, plain wrong. And this is how white people see black people, and this is what they say, you look like this, and they putting it into our faces, but this is not a reality. This is not acceptable.
En ik kon me nog herinneren, we waren allemaal in de woonkamer, we waren nog aan het skypen. Over, hoe gaan we Gouda voorstellen? Het kon ieder weg gaan. Of het kon heel erg democratisch gaan en dat we daar gewoon ons mening vertoonden. Of het kon ieder weg gaan dat je gewoon bruut werd gearresteerd. Het meest inspirerend is dat we als een grotere groep durfden op te komen voor onze mening. Het is niet zomaar een mening, het is een feit dat racisme leeft in Nederland. Dus het leeft ook in Zwarte Piet. Het is gewoon een racistische koloniale figuur. Dat is ontstaan uit een geschiedenis van dehumanisatie van mensen van Afrikaanse afkomst.
After meeting at the Amsterdam Amstel train station, approximately 90 concerned Dutch citizens headed to Gouda to demonstrate against Zwarte Piet, but during the bus ride, plans changed.
When we were in the bus, we heard stories like, yo, I get messages from there that they're like waiting for this bus. So when we get out, the police will immediately lock us in. Like, okay, then we have to take a plan B. So what we did is the bus drove to Gouda and we took the train. We took another route.
At the train station, the group split up into small groups and left on different trains towards Gouda. During the train ride, messages came in from demonstrators already in Gouda. Some had gotten arrested. Once in Gouda, activists still had to reach the main square. In the center, some were racially profiled. Once on the square, visitors were anxiously waiting for Santa Claus and his blackface helper.
And then you saw this black minstrel show on these screens everywhere, and then we were just standing there.
Demonstrators were deciding when and where they would reveal their Zwarte Piet is racism shirts.
Ik ben voorstander van het nu doen, maar dat is...
Before I knew, we were locked in, like by police right now, and we were all locked up.
Riot police had surrounded the group and placed them under arrest. There was no clear reason given.
But what the media did was like we were arrested or getting away from there because we were screaming. No, it was vice versa. We were getting, the police took us away, and then we started the Amandla Weto chanting. So, but the media trying to frame it.
In a police report, officers claimed they felt threatened by Negroid-looking people. Amandla Wetu, power to the people.
And the media was constantly framing us as violent.
At this point, only half of the demonstrators had been arrested. The 21st century minstrel show continued as if nothing happened. But so did the demonstration. The group locked their arms together and stood strong, at least for now.
I think the biggest violation of our rights happened in Gouda, because we really didn't do no harm. You know, we were just standing there, practicing our freedom of speech, and we were still, you know, and we were silent.
With the arrests fresh in their minds, demonstrators remained calm.
We told them, keep it peace, don't get provoked, make sure that if someone trying to provoke you, trying to find a way to avoid it. Because we are here with a goal, and our goal is that we want to make a statement.
The statement was definitely being made. All major Dutch and international news outlets were reporting on the demonstration. The image of Zwarte Piet was spreading around the world.
And in Gouda, these cops came to really, you can see the mission was to beat down the movement. You can see how I got arrested, how they targeted me.
The police would soon disrupt a peaceful demonstration. Knowledge explains that the police contacted him.
I got text message in the morning from police officers like I'm not welcome, you know, and I was like, you do your job and let me be me.
The police claimed they were arresting them for demonstrating. Once they were all surrounded, they were removed from the square.
Wij hebben het recht om hier te staan. We hebben het recht om hier te staan. We zijn burgers van Nederland. We hebben het recht om hier te staan. Net als alle andere duizenden burgers die hier staan. Jullie hebben geen recht om ons op basis van onze huidskleur nu weg proberen te doen.
Meneer, achteruit.
De politie had absoluut geen reden om ons te arresteren. Want wat deden we in feite, behalve staan in stilte? Is dat een strafbaar feit om ergens te staan in stilte? Nee.
Miss Kitty Balker was amongst the demonstrators being pushed.
Ik zat in die kring, ik stond tussen Knowledge en Kunta in. En we werden ingesloten door agenten. En ik voelde echt dat knowledge bij me weggerukt werd. En ik hield mijn hart gewoon vast, omdat je ziet die woede bij die agent, je ziet de boosheid en je hebt al vaker, ik heb al vaker de woede in hun ogen van dichtbij gezien en het was in Gouda niet minder.
If you look closely, you'll see knowledge getting pulled away from the group.
Dat we het echt hebben over poging tot doodslag of misschien zelfs poging tot moord. Want poging tot moord is met voorbedachte raden en ze hebben hem heel bewust en doordacht bij ons weggetrokken.
After being pulled away, knowledge appears to be distraught. Officers then place knowledge onto the ground.
That day showed us that we are living in a hostile society if your skin color is black.
Our cameras were blocked by the line of officers standing in front of us.
En op een gegeven moment lagen ze bovenop hem en ze wurgden hem en ik schreeuwde nog, geef hem, hij kan niet ademen, hij kan niet ademen. Hij geeft aan dat hij niet kan ademen, iemand filmt, let op, kijk wat er gebeurt. Ja, knowledge werd gewoon eigenlijk bijna vermoord.
Perez Youngloy was able to film everything from this patio. He was right on top of it, literally. After repeatedly stating that he couldn't breathe, one of the officers instructs his colleague to use less force. After being handcuffed and with his t-shirt pulled over his head, Knowledge is taken into custody. Around 90 people were arrested. The media and officials blamed anti-racism activists for disturbing the peace. The arrestees were not taken to court, never received a ticket, and didn't have to pay a fine.
Als je iemand vraagt naar hun mening over wat er in Gouda is gebeurd, hun mening is gebaseerd op een verhaal wat voor 40, 50, 60% niet klopt. De media bepaalt de publieke opinie, voor een groot gedeelte. Dus de media bepaalt bijna wat we denken, hoe we denken.
For example, these two men are known fascists. They were removed by the police when they began provoking demonstrators. But the media made it into something else.
En tot de dag van vandaag, wat ik dan terug zie komen, is bijvoorbeeld, ja, maar dan moesten ze maar niet tegen kinderen gaan schreeuwen in Gouda. Terwijl er heeft niemand tegen kinderen staan schreeuwen. Dat is gewoon een leugentje, die wordt de wereld ingegooid. De beelden worden gemanipuleerd. Ja? Hetgeen wat er gebeurt, wordt gemanipuleerd, wordt veranderd, wordt verdraaid.
Dominique Vesey from Po News took a picture that was captured of the moment that the fascists were taken away by police. He tweeted that these so-called demonstrators called this child a racist. This never happened, and these men were never demonstrating against Zwarte Piet.
Het demoniseren wat ze constant doen, het criminaliseren, termen gebruiken als rellen, rebellen, hooligans, kinderhaters. Weet je, dat zijn dingen die kranten schrijven. Want wanneer, in Gouda stonden daar gewoon daar stonden moeders met hun kinderen. Hè? Daar stonden geen hooligans, daar stonden geen rebellen, daar stonden geen mensen die kinderfeest proberen te verpesten en tegen kinderen gaan staan schreeuwen. Absoluut niet. Daar steek ik mijn hand in het vuur voor.
On Saturday, all eyes will be focused on Meppel, the Netherlands, where 4 busloads of anti-racism activists are headed for the National Sinterklaas Parade. Will history repeat itself? This is Kevin Roberson in Utrecht, the Netherlands, for the Roberson Report.